Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, September 15, 2023. Vesta, an asteroid in the far depths of space, has left behind the wide, open skies of Gemini to venture into newfound territory. As she becomes energized in the tide pools of Cancer, she will teach us different messages moving forward. Vesta is the asteroid named after the Roman goddess of the hearth and the home. She teaches us to focus intensely on our sacred inner flame and sexuality and understand how we show devotion to it. This empowers us to defend and protect what we care about most. In Cancer, she will encourage us to embrace our domestic, emotional centers in connection to others. You do have what it takes. Following your professional dreams is difficult, especially since you could have hit a creative blockage during Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Luckily, you may have a chance to unwind when the Moon in Virgo opposes Saturn retrograde in Pisces and conjuncts Mercury retrograde in Virgo today. An older or more advanced colleague could say something eye-opening to you. You may even stumble across a post on your professional platforms. Regardless of what it might be, expect to feel less stressed as you consider your options with your aspirations. While this week is more about having your work hat on, a large part of the dwarf planet Ceres' time in your work sector and especially her initial 3-month visit earlier in the year coincided with the most active months of the year on the income front. As Ceres moves into the final 2 days of her deep dive into your needs and priorities on the job front, the money is a natural extension of this. You can benefit greatly from the creativity made available by the planetary energy at play. The usual day-to-day routine can get a little boring, and this day brings spark and energy that go a long way toward restoring your faith in healthy practices. Be open to change while sticking to your basic principles, and you will end up with fun surprises. Look for the unusual, the funny, the quirky jokes of nature when you are outside. Additionally, today's aspect might bring you a new friend. Your activities and affairs are going to be progressing in the days coming up. But you run the risk of letting events overwhelm you. So, don't be too ambitious and watch out about getting swept up in a whirlwind of undertakings. Be pragmatic and try not to sacrifice your emotional life to your professional one. It isn't too late to reconsider things and to settle for realities that are more modest. Heart of the working week or not, the Moon is not only already in a playful and creative part of your chart ahead of tomorrow's new moon, but just as Mercury has come to a standstill during his last full day in retrograde motion here. Rather than a distraction, this is something that can work to your advantage professionally, for in her final days in your work sector and with Mars ready to put his foot on the gas once she leaves, Ceres is able to factor in a balance between work and play, and as her deep dive into your needs and priorities on the job front draws to a close. With the Moon not only in your romantic sector ahead of tomorrow's new moon, but as Mercury has come to a standstill in his last full day in retrograde motion here, today's romantically charged lunar vibes are amplifying a mix of romantic nostalgia and anticipation. With Mercury due to turn direct just before tomorrow's new moon and knowing there will be a turnaround ahead, today is more about embracing the doors open to the past and second chances. Our eyes in the sky. The presence of the Moon in your income sector coinciding with Mercury's last full day in retrograde motion here is a significant advantage in itself. However, their alignment in the cosmic dance of the planets brings together a sharp intuition and a keen financial acumen, coupled with a profound sense of hindsight. This alignment provides you with a golden opportunity to make the most of the final day when all planets across the income, work, and career fronts are in retrograde motion, united in their emphasis on the past. Just before the Sun and Moon converge to create today's new moon in your income sector, Mercury is poised to turn direct. This pivotal shift acts like releasing the brakes just as the traffic light turns green. It allows for the removal of any obstacles that have been holding you back, precisely as the momentum from the new moon begins to propel things forward. With the benefit of your astute financial insights and the wisdom gained from Mercury's 3-week retrograde journey, you're well prepared to navigate this transition. At the same time that an alignment between Venus and the asteroid Juno that peaked in your financial sector last week is separating, it is also starting to come together again. By coming to a standstill, Venus allowed Juno to catch up, but now that she is moving again, she is doing the same. This is keeping the planet of money and the queen of commitment close as things start to flow more freely on the financial front. The moon bid adieu to your financial sector yesterday, leaving you not only with heightened financial instincts and a vivid imagination but also a treasure trove of information to unpack. This visit, the first since Venus resumed direct motion and the asteroid Juno made its return, has not only signaled a turning tide but has also ignited your determination and desire to advance your financial goals. The stage is set for positive changes and progress ahead. Today, as the moon graces the sign of Virgo and forms a celestial connection with Mercury retrograde, a sense of longing and dissatisfaction may wash over us. It might seem like those around us aren't providing the attention and affection we desire. However, it's important to recognize that this isn't the ideal day to pour out your emotions. The atmosphere is shrouded in ambiguity and uncertainty rather than offering clarity. In matters of the heart, exercise patience and restraint. Instead of rushing into declarations of love, consider taking things slowly, allowing the timing to naturally evolve into a more significant partnership. Despite the confusion, there's a positive undercurrent of love and warmth in your surroundings. Mutual trust and thoughtfulness prevail, creating a harmonious backdrop for your relationships. This favorable atmosphere can be harnessed to approach challenging and unavoidable conversations. People you engage with are less inclined to engage in arguments and more focused on finding mutually beneficial solutions. Be prepared for unexpected hiccups in your business dealings. Your plans and ideas may face resistance, making it challenging to convince others of their merits. While this can be genuinely frustrating, avoid the temptation to rush things, as impatience might lead to undesirable outcomes. Keep a level head to prevent potentially worse scenarios from unfolding. Remember, the key is to strike a balance between your innovative ideas and practical implementation. While your mind is buzzing with possibilities, it is essential to ground your aspirations in a realistic and achievable framework. By combining your imaginative thinking with a methodical approach, you can bring your visions to life in a structured and effective manner. In the realm of work, the moon pays its monthly visit to your work sector. Interestingly, this visit occurs as both planets in your income sector are in retrograde motion. This unique alignment also coincides with Mercury's last full day in retrograde motion in your work sector, setting the stage for tomorrow's new moon. This synchronicity marks a significant moment when all planets across the income, work, and career domains are in retrograde, collectively emphasizing a focus on the past. It's an ideal time to reflect on past endeavors and consider the lessons they hold for future success.